Well, welcome to another video. As you guys are watching this, Jordan and I are driving into the Phoenix area for our first day living back in Arizona. Ironically enough, exactly 10 years ago, February 21st, is the day I moved to Texas. I'm sorry if the video is a little echoey. I'm sorry if you can hear the dishwasher. I'm in our empty Texas house filming this video. I wanted to share a few things that I've learned in my 10 years of Texas. This video is more for myself as a way to look back on, my first 10 years of adulthood, really. Since I turned 18, I've been living here since I graduated high school. So this is kind of a big deal for me. Everything I know and I've loved is here in Texas. So it's a big change, and I wanted to make a video about my time here. I'm going to be referencing my phone a lot simply because I have my list of everything written out here. So just as talking points. So if you see me looking down or looking at my phone, that's why. As I said, I've lived in Texas for 10 years. I moved here right after high school. So much can change in 10 years. I'm a completely different person. I'm just going to label these 1 through however many I have, and I'll try to keep track of what I've done. So the first thing I have on my list is love fiercely. And I know that that may sound cheesy to some people, and some of these things are quite cheesy and maybe a little generic, but they mean something to me. So this love fiercely one is not only like friendships romantically, but yourself. So when I first moved to Texas, I would say that I was ugly, I wouldn't accept compliments, I was super hard on myself, I wouldn't sing in front of people. In the last 10 years, I've really learned to accept who I am as a person and to love myself for who I am. And with that came being able to love my friends better and be able to ultimately love Jordan better, but I had to start with loving myself. And it's been a crazy roller coaster. If any of you follow me on any other social media, especially my blog, you know what a crazy, mental roller coaster the past 10 years have been. I've been in and out of therapy. I have posted about addictions. I've ran the gamut of things that I've had to work through personally to get to where I am today. So living in Texas the last 10 years, I've learned to love myself fiercely, love others fiercely. And yeah, so the next one is, if you want to do it but you're scared, do it anyway. I have had several opportunities pass me by in the last 10 years, and it's because I was simply too afraid to go after it, whether it was a school-related thing, work, personal, spiritual, whatever it was. There have been several opportunities that I wish I could go back and change. Granted, there are things that I've done that I'm glad I did, like student government. If I didn't just go to one meeting, I never would have had all the experiences that I had. And speaking in front of people and being in charge of people at that time when I was 18 was never something I would have considered. But I loved it. I spent 4 years of my life doing it. So if it scares you, do it anyway. You just need 20 seconds of bravery to do anything. I think that's from We Bought a Zoo. I'm not stealing quotes from people, but I think that's where it is. The next thing is, if you don't take care of yourself, no one will. So I talked a little bit about loving myself fiercely, and this falls right in line with that I spent years making sure that everybody else was okay, making sure that everybody else's needs were taken care of, and I was always put on the back burner. And then I burnt out, and a lot of mental stuff happened from that. So I learned that, this is something I still struggle with, don't get me wrong, but I've learned that I need to be able to take care of myself. I need to make sure I'm sleeping and eating and doing all of the basic things to be a functioning human, to be able to help others. It's the whole put your oxygen mask on before you help the person next to you. If you pass out, you're not helping anyone. So you gotta take care of yourself first. The next thing on the list is plans don't work out, and that's okay. if you're watching this, you probably know me, and you probably know me pretty decently, and you know that I'm a very type A. I like to have a plan. I like things to go a certain way. I used to do planner videos on here. I have a planner. I use it religiously. And when plans don't work out, I can't handle it. You can ask Jordan. Whenever I get to film our wedding video, you'll get a taste of this. But I've learned that sometimes when plans don't work out, it's okay. Several times over the last 10 years, I've tried to leave Texas. I think this is the 6th to 10th, and I'm finally leaving. And the reason why I couldn't leave, or the reason that it was good that I didn't leave, is I want to meet Jordan here. If I didn't live here, that would have never happened. So things happen for a reason. Plans don't work out for a reason, and we just need to learn to roll with the punches and go with that. So if you're planning something, just know that things might not work out. Even with this move, trust me, things have not worked out the way I've wanted them to. So just know plans don't always work out, and that's okay. Just roll with the punches. Have backup plans. Even if it means you get to backup plan Z, it'll be okay. On that same note, I had to learn to be flexible and change. So I worked at BV-SIL, Brazos Valley Center for Independent Living, for 5 years. And when I first started working there, I told them I wasn't okay with change. I wasn't flexible. I liked having a rigid plan. Again, I'm a type A person. Within a week or two, I learned that I either needed to be flexible or I wasn't going to have a job anymore. So that was really important to learn. So I've learned that. I learned that I need to be a little bit more easygoing, or it won't work out the way I want it to. And again, that's okay. I need to be better about it, but I'm working on it. It's a thing that I have learned, but yet not yet incorporate into my life all the time. And I think that's pretty human of me. So on the same note as that one too, so all three of these kind of go together. It's okay to not be okay. I've seen a lot of stuff happen in the last 10 years, and I knew I was going to get emotional when I've gotten to this one, but I've seen loss. I've lost a lot of close friends over the last 10 years. Several people that died way too young, several people that died before they even hit their 30th birthday. So I've really learned that it's okay to be upset. It's okay for things to not be perfect. It's okay for you to cry and fall apart. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay. And I've gotten to the point now where if I'm not okay and somebody asks, "Hey Tisha, how are you doing?" I say, "I'm not okay, but it's okay." Which is a confusing sentence, but it makes sense. And I will straight up just tell people that what's going on. Don't lie to people when they ask you how's it going. If they're a complete stranger, don't spill your heart out. But like, if one of your friends says, "Hey, how's it going?" and it's not going good, just be straight up with them. So another one, which some people will find funny, is that I don't always have to be right or in control. I have control issues. We all know this if we know me. I'm a little particular about things. That's the word I will choose to use. So it's okay to let go and let people be in control of certain things and be able to be okay with that. Like with this move, I've had to let go of a lot of control and just let the pieces fall where they may. And that's just how life is. You can't be in control 100% of the time. So you've got to be able to let go and move on. Another big one is that Heavenly Father loves me no matter what. I have been through probably the biggest faith journey in the last 10 years. I've been inactive in the church, and then I've gone back and inactive, and I thought I was going to pull my records from the church for a while. And that's simply because I thought that I was unlovable even by Heavenly Father. And through a lot of crap, a lot of mental work on my part, I've learned that Heavenly Father doesn't care what I've done. He doesn't care. As long as I'm trying to improve and be better and grow closer to him, that's what's important. He doesn't care how much I've sinned as long as I try to be better and do better. So if you're in that situation and you need help, turn to your scriptures, read about Jesus, and pray a lot, because that's what got me through that. And a lot of good people. My friends, if it wasn't for a lot of them, I wouldn't be here today. Like, literally would not be here today. So surround yourself with good people. If people are putting you down and just being negative in your life, you don't need that in your life. Just say, I'm sorry, but we can't be friends. I can't have you in my life. And that's okay. It's your life. You're allowed to say who's in it and who's not. You need positivity in your life. So it's a little advice for me. The next one is there's more to life than just working. I've spent a lot of time the last several years working my butt off. There was 1 year in college where I was going to school full time. I was doing SGA, which was like a part-time job. It's student government. That's what SGA is. I also had an internship, which was another part-time job, and then I was also working. And so I was getting no sleep. Like, doing those things didn't help me at all. Yes, I felt fulfilled as far as working goes, but I wasn't healthy. And it's because I thrived on being busy and working. And since then, I've learned that that's not healthy. And so this move to Arizona, I think, will be really good to helping me with that, because I'm only going to be doing probably YouTube videos and working one job instead of 2 or 3. So that'll be really, really helpful. So there's more to life than just working. Future Tisha, when you rewatch this, there's more to life than just working. And then the last one is that life sucks. It's hard. If the last 10 years have taught me nothing but that, is that life sucks. You have to surround yourself with good people. I already said that. But in the last 10 years, I've lost people I love. I've gone through multiple surgeries. I've had multiple cancer scares. I've had to have tumors removed. All of this crazy crap. And if you don't have a good support system to help you get through these things, you're not going to make it. If I didn't have the friends I had that were willing to come and sit in a hospital room with me while I got a blood transfusion, or come help me after getting a colonoscopy or after surgery, or any of the thousands of things that have happened in the last 10 years, my friends have been the most amazing people in the world, and it's going to be hard to leave them. Like, there's a group of people that I consider family here in Texas, and they will always hold a special place in my heart, and it's really hard to leave them. I think that's the real reason it's taken me so long to leave, is because I didn't want to leave these amazing people behind. But I'm at a point now where, 1, it's needed for me to move, and 2, I know I'm never gonna leave these people. Like, we have all sorts of technology to be able to talk to each other and be able to reach out and still communicate. There's FaceTime and Facebook and Instagram. Y'all know this stuff. Like, there's just tons of things for us to be able to still keep in touch. So I know I won't ever lose these people. But I don't know how many things that was. I don't know. But that's just some of the things I've learned in my 10 years here. The last 10 years have been amazing. I wish I would have kept better track of memories and stuff, but I'm excited about moving to Arizona, and I'm excited about my new adventures, but I'm also quite sad to leave Texas. This has been my home. This is all I've known for several years, and even before I moved here, I spent several summers out here with my uncle. So this new adventure is going to be quite different for me. I don't even know necessarily who my friend group is in Arizona anymore, so that's a whole change. But I'm excited to start the journey, and if you want to see the journey too, just keep following along. We love you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.